bustling city of Ibadan, where the promise of technology buzzes in the air yet seems just out of reach. Tochukwu stands at crossroads, with a degree in hand, but the doors of opportunity firmly shut. He embodies the struggle of many young Nigerians, skilled, ambitious, yet tethered by unemployability and poverty. As the days meld into a monotonous search for a job that seems like a marriage, Tochukwu stumbles upon Talent Code, a beacon of innovation in a sea of traditional education. Intrigued by its promise to guide learners like him through the tech wilderness, he decides to take a leap of faith. With Talent Code's Tech Path Navigator, Tochukwu discovers a world where his background in humanities isn't a barrier, but a unique asset. He begins a journey into data science, a field he had never imagined he could enter, let alone excel in. The courses, unlike anything he's seen before, are gamified. Each module feels like a challenge, a game, a puzzle to solve. He earns points, climbs leaderboards, and collects badges, his motivation skyrocketing with each accomplishment. Learning has never been this addictive.
Months of dedication turn into mastery, and as Tochukwu completes his course, Talent Code's promise crystallizes into reality. He lands a job with a leading tech firm in Lagos a mere 2 months after graduation. But Talent Code's vision doesn't stop with Tochukwu. Our jobs platform casts a wide net, bringing together the brightest minds from across Nigeria and Africa, offering hope to those outside our learning ecosystem. We connect passionate and skilled individuals with the industry leaders, thereby dismantling the barriers of unemployment. As Tochukwu thrives in his new role, he becomes part of a larger narrative. By 2030, Talent Code's ripple effect will have transformed the lives of 10 million Nigerians and Africans, fostering a generation where innovation, growth, and human-centered learning are not just ideals, but realities. We welcome you to join us as we redefine learning, shape futures, and empower a new generation.
And welcome to our webinar on unlocking high earnings with in-demand tech skills in 2024. This webinar is hosted by Talent Code Africa. My name is Pace, and I'm thrilled to have you join us today. I know we have people from different locations, from different countries. So while we're here, just type in on the chat box what country you're joining in from. Let's say hi to each other. We have an exciting section planned out for you today, filled with insights, strategies, practitioner tips that you can use in your tech career. Be it that you're starting out in tech, a learner, or you're even a professional already, you're going to gain insights, valuable insights for you to grow in your career and to increase your earning potential. So let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy the section. Make sure you engage in this section, listen in, and promises to be an insightful section. Before we dive right in, I'll bring in my colleague, Dobra, who will be taking us in the next section.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. So I want to welcome you guys to the webinar for today for Talent Code. I'm so excited to have everybody here. And like P said, I'm Deborah, and I'm just going to be asking like a little question so we can just get settled in before the webinar starts properly. So I'll be asking a question and I want us to reply in the chat box. So my question is, if you were to have a tech superpower, what would it be and why? So for me, I'll go first so that we would have enough time to think about the question. I'd like your answers in the chat box. So for me, if I were to have a tech superpower, I don't know, I think that I would want, I would try to work on network in Nigeria because our service providers can sometimes be embarrassing. So I would make sure that everything is like perfect, like when it comes to like network provision. Yeah, basically. And then I think another thing would be like to create a teleporting machine. So like, yes, right. These are the people that can relate in the chat box. I see them. So I would really like create a machine that when I enter it, I can just be in Dubai or Canada or something. So that would be it for me. So if you were to have a tech superpower, what would it be and why? I would love your responses in the chat box. So we'll have like 2 minutes to work on that. I think just one person has responded so far. I'm looking forward to our responses. So Ido says, Oluwasegun Ido from Nigeria, thank you so much for your response. All right, apologies. I would love to apologize for the background noise and the distraction. But yes, so we're waiting for more responses. Hi, Michael Balogun from Nigeria. Please, we're expecting a response to the question. The question is, if you were to have a tech superpower, what would it be and why? So yes, I was reading Oluwasegun Ido's response, and he was saying he would love to create less hassle for electronic transactions. That is the real one. I agree with that, and I would love to see that actually. Ivan Onwosu from Nigeria. I'd love to have access to all database. I can travel to anywhere and also put my data as a citizen of any country. That is actually interesting. So you'll be like a citizen of every country, like anyone you wish. I would like to see that, Sha. Yeah, I would definitely love to see that. All right. So by 6:15, we'll wrap this up, and then I'll be handing over to John. I'll be handing over to my colleague, and his name is John. But till then, I would be waiting for your responses. So yeah, the question is again, what would be your superpower if you were to have a tech superpower? What would it be and why? Okay, so it's 6:15 already. Because of time, let's keep it rolling. So hi John. We would love to meet you, and yeah, it was nice speaking to you guys. I'm still expecting more responses, but till then, John.
Hi everyone, this is John speaking, John Igwe, and I welcome you all here. Thank you for joining. Use the Q&A section. There's a button called Q&A on your screen, beneath your screen. Use that to ask questions so that a panelist can answer you. So either now or during the course of the event, whenever you have a question, just drop it there, we can answer. So we don't have to necessarily have a Q&A, except for questions you direct to the guest speaker. Then we can leave that for her to take after she's done with her session, right? Other questions around everything we'll be sharing, you can drop them on the Q&A section, and then we'll be reverting and answering you. The chat box is where it would send you any links. You want to comment, you want to respond, you want to interact, use the chat box to do that. And please try as much as possible to keep your text clean. Don't bully anyone else. Don't talk down on anyone else. Yeah, thank you as you comply. We're taking us through a very short presentation. I'll be describing to you a bit about the company that has curated this event and the opportunities that exist for you listening in, and how you can seize and tap into the opportunity. All right, we'll call Talent Code Africa. As you can see, my backdrop here is a very appealing picture that shows you our logo as well. So welcome to our platform. We are geared towards nurturing talent, building futures, and hoping that we become your gateway to tech excellence. Right. Okay, so please walk with me quickly. So yes, we are beyond what the eyes can see, but I think our name gives you a clue as to the scope of what we cover. So Talent Code sounds like talent sourcing, right? But let's see. So we do a bit more. We also sort of allow talents that are still raw to get crystallized through our platform. So you are a tech newbie, you are a tech enthusiast, you are a tech professional, whatever it is you are, we have services that will help to amplify your craft or help to upskill you, right? So in terms of upskilling, we have a learning platform where we cover really high-end tech courses or tech skills that are in demand, that are like top in-demand skills in the market today. From web development, which is the same thing as software development, right? So your back end, your front end, to mobile app development, to emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, you know, blockchain, Internet of Things, product management, you know that one, right? Product design, data science. I think I have a question for people. Take a guess on the chat box. Guess the tech skill that our guest speaker has. Some of you have done your research, you've seen our flyer, you've researched the guest speaker. So what tech area is she into? Is she a software developer, which is a web developer? Or is she into emerging tech like AI, blockchain, IoT? Is she a product designer or product manager? Is she into data? Is she in cybersecurity or cloud computing? So use the look at help me guys. Please check the comments, the chat box. And if we have one person that gets this correctly, please let's celebrate them before the end of this conversation today. Maybe they will unmute themselves and introduce themselves so that we can say hello to them. Whoever can get correctly the third part that our guest speaker is currently on. The chat is open. Use the chat box and just take a guess, wild guess. All right, so that also mirrors what I'm talking about, right? So these are courses that you can take. And I mean, we're happy to delve deep into any of these tech courses if you're very new and you don't know what they mean. But the truth is, we have a structure to ensure that you're consistent and you're committed and motivated to learn. We have all of that thought about. We have thought about all of that for you. But we have people who call tutors. But in the real sense of things, they're actually mentors all through their engagement with you. And they will not be on your face all of the time you're learning. No, no, no. They only be on your face a specific time during the week, right? Say 1 hour, 2 hours for you to jump in with them, ask questions. You can also ask questions via text any time of the day, but you want to speak to someone, right? Like a mentor to say, why am I even learning? Why am I learning this? Why are you teaching me Python? Why are you teaching me Figma? Right. But so that is when you then have time to interact with your coaches, your mentors, once or twice in a week based on the arrangement, right? But that is speaking with regards to how we facilitate learning. And one other good thing is, if you know platforms that have gamified learning, especially the likes of Duolingo, right? Or gaming applications on your phone that are games, but at the same time you're learning from playing them, right? So we're taking that route as well. But this time around, we're not an application per se on your mobile phone. We're a website application. So you have to still use your Safari or your Google Chrome or your Mozilla to access our portal, right? But we're very mobile friendly. So if you're on your mobile phone, you can still access our portal and learn. So we are a gamified and mentor-led sort of platform where learning is gamified. So you're not learning as per come and read a textbook, right? Or come and review a project. Nah. Learning is gamified. Whatever you're asked to do is gamified in a way that someone else is in competition with you, not learning-wise, but a particular task might be something you have to compete with someone on to get to know who comes out as winner. Do you understand? So learning is already getting fun from how I'm describing it, right? Okay, cool. And again, learning is fast-tracked on our system, right? So you learn in 3 months, in 6 months, you're done. You become a software developer, you become a data analyst, a product designer or something, right? And I'll just let you guys know something, right? We have our biggest comment. I think the biggest comment I'll make on this particular slide is how we help place one foot in the room for you. Because while we have an e-learning platform, we also have a jobs platform, right? Because I mean, our name is too sophisticated not to have a jobs platform, right? Talent code, right? So basically nurturing talent, but beyond that, we are coding them towards excellence. Does that make sense? Awesome. So we're trying to code talents towards excellence, and that means ensuring that you have access to opportunities, global opportunities. So have a jobs platform that will do just that. The moment you get vetted and you pass, our vetting, you get into the jobs platform that will put you one level ahead of your peers in the market. Okay, we have a very strong mission and vision statement. It's very clear to us in Talent Code. And I think once you join us, you also begin to believe in that mission for yourself as well. Empowering you with cutting-edge tech skill. We also vet your talents and position you to thrive in a global tech landscape. So wherever you go to China, you go to the US, you go to Canada, you will be able to thrive tech-wise because of the level of sophistication in our training and our curriculum, right? And our vision is very clear and simple. We're trying to launch a tech revolution that empowers 10 million tech talents by 2030. So in 6 years' time, are you going to be one of the 10 million students that comes through our platform and 10 million professionals on our jobs platform? So yes, that's a very big question for you, right? And this is also probably why we brought someone like Mary to speak to you guys and to speak to everyone. And Mary would do one thing. She would expose you to the opportunities that abound, right? Post your learning from Talent Code, for instance, right? She will probably share her own story with you. By the end of the day, you would hear how the journey has translated to a success story for her, and how it can be the same for you. I mean, you might have heard of so many other learning academies like ours, but I'll tell you one thing, none will guarantee you jobs, right? So maybe this is also where Mary would come in and interject and say, oh yeah, she probably also wants to see how it's going to work out or how it's going to pan out. But guys, don't miss out on this opportunity. And the beautiful thing here is we are yet to launch, right? And we're looking for our first, I think we have our first 200, I'm not sure, but we're looking for our first 200, right? That will get all of the benefits. So you know how people start their ventures and they have benefits for you, or you have 50% discounts, 100% discount, whatever discount, right? Or you have access to the, so everything is fresh. Coaches are fresh, right? Standard is fresh. So are you going to be part of the 200 people? That's a big question for you, right? So we have realized that based on our understanding of, you know, what we are meant to do and our mission and our vision, we realized, okay, there's actually a problem that we're seeking to solve, right? And that is the tech education skill gap we have in Africa. Look at the numbers, guys. By 2024, right, the unemployment rate in Africa should have reached how many? 11%. The global average, globally, the average is 9.4%. So people in South America, Argentina, Cuba, you know, Colombia and co that you think, oh, they are probably like third world countries. It's a lie. Combined globally is 9.4. Africa is 11%. So that tells you something critical, right? At the same time, there is a critical shortage in entry-level and mid-level talent in tech, right? So it's leaving a lot of gap for people that are not Africans to seize the opportunities in Africa and global opportunities as well. Let me show you something else, right? This is the problem we've identified, right? And yeah, and this is probably you, this young man down here, saying, oh, I need to upskill. I love to be a tech bro. And trust me, you don't have to write code to be a tech bro, because not all these courses here require you to write code. And I'm going to show you how we're also equipped with, what's the word? Helping you identify which course to take. Yes, we have something like that. So on our platform, we have something that helps you identify the best course or the best track or pathway to take in tech. And it will be based on your previous academic background, your interest, and the things you already like to do. So our system is going to take all of your information, maybe with your CV or something, and then recommend for you and say, this is the path you're going to take based on your history. So something that would be easier for you to take. So you know how people just jump into coding, jump into whatever and jump out quickly. We want to cut all of that. We want to make sure that when you jump in, you're staying in, right? So, and that starts from identifying the right course for you. Something, so if you study medicine, for instance, or engineering or law, whatever it is you studied, right? Plus your experience, all of that will be fed into our system. And then our system is going to churn out, is going to come up with a recommendation that is suited for you based on your career progression as it has been so far. So yes, don't worry about that. And yeah, this is the market potential for you, not for me now, for you right now. So by 2030, about 230 million jobs in Southern Africans require some level of digital skills. So some level, you need to at least know how to type on a phone or type on a computer, right? And that is by 2030. So it means 230 million jobs will be available by then. But look at the knacker here. The third point here says, Africa is predicted to have only 50% of these talents to fill these jobs by the time they are available. Do you understand me? So it means the other 50% will be filled by people not Africans. Do you understand me? Good. So if you're asking a question of, oh, where will I work when I'm done learning this skill? Don't worry. There is already too much jobs and little talent. The question is, how many of your friends can you bring on to learn a skill and get positioned for these job opportunities? Because they exist and it's very strong. Like the need for them is every day, companies are always looking for tech talent every day. And they always say, oh my God, this is not a good fit. I need better options. So are you going to be a part of those people that are benefiting from all of this? Yeah. So market opportunity for you. And this is how we translate. I will link our involvement with you as well. Right. I think I have 1 minute. Okay. I can see your comments, product design, cybersecurity. Only 3 people left comments on what they think, what tech part the guest speaker is on. I think you guys are not far from the correct answer, but if I allow some other people to give their comments, I would say it's something around, it's not, okay, let me just give you a clue. It's not cloud computing, it's not cybersecurity, and it's not AI, emerging technology. So yeah, use the others, guess from the other list, the list with the others, right? So this is our solution, right? We then are positioning ourselves to help you do these 2 things. Gain that skill, but beyond getting the skill, land the job, right? So that is our guarantee to you, right? So I would draw the curtain here with this particular quote from James Mwagi. The world needs 175 million coders to meet demand. The world, 175 million coders to meet demand with an average age of 18 years. Africa can provide 150 million coders. And this is us saying we only want to just nurture 10 million of this 150 million coders. So are you going to be a part of our own pool contributing to this 150 million coders? I think that will be a question you have to decide on. But if you come to a decision to say, oh yes, I want to just basically see what people are up to and be on the wait list, please, there will be a link to the wait list on the chat box sent by one of the panelists. So use that wait list page, link, and sign up to our wait list. It's very easy to sign up. It's less than a minute, actually, you're done, right? So this is our solution, Talent Code Africa. I'll draw the curtain here and allow for the moderator to take over. Please, the floor is yours. And I will be looking at the chat box to see if anybody got the answer correctly.
Thank
Digital
you
marketing,
so much.
data, product. Oh, okay, cybersecurity as well. Okay. So when she comes up to speak, we'll then hear from her to know the exact tech part she's on. All right.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you for that section, for opening our eyes into the tech industry. So now the time we've been waiting for is finally here. We're about to get right into it. I'll be bringing up our guest speaker, Mary.
Yeah, there's a question that came on, and I thought I would answer this one live. So
Okay.
yeah, quickly, just give me 1 minute. I don't have 1 minute, but let me just take it. So someone is Love Day, and where is a full stack dev, and he's asking, I hope this is he or she. So this person is asking if Talent Code provides job opportunities for talent who are not new to digital skills. Yes, definitely. So join our waitlist, right? So our job platform is getting equipped for that, right? So our job platform will basically do that job and position you for these opportunities. So please use the waitlist. I'm sure it's already on the chat box, but please use that waitlist. Let me send it to the chat box. And so you are going to be part of the first few people that will come through our pipeline. Do you understand me, Love Day? Yeah. So the waitlist is basically our website address. You'll see the waitlist, right? So click on that. So I think, yeah, someone had just sent the link exactly. All right. So peace. Thank you. I wanted to address that. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you for that. Right now, we'll be bringing in our guest speaker, Mary. Yes, so Mary is a senior product designer. Some people got that answer right, so congrats to you. Mary Alabi is a product designer with a comprehensive background in creating user-centric digital solutions that drive product success in diverse sectors, including branding, finance, artificial intelligence, med tech, and e-commerce across B2B and B2C landscapes. With a computer engineering degree and over 3 years in the industry, Mary expertly merges her technical skills with creative design, ensuring that products not only fulfill user needs, but also align seamlessly with business goals. Her design process is comprehensive, encompassing design thinking, user research, problem identification, and solution execution. This approach is applied through close collaboration with business, engineering, and product teams, as well as other stakeholders, to iteratively evolve product ideas from concept to launch and further nurture their growth in global markets. Beyond her professional commitment, Mary is passionate about the design community. She dedicates her spare time to speaking on design topics and mentoring up and coming designers at HNG. Here, she offers invaluable guidance, feedback, and support, helping mentees from various backgrounds and skills levels to flourish in their design careers. They will be sharing her insights with us today. So let's sit back, listen. If we have any question, let's use the Q&A section and type it in. And once we're done with her section, she'll be taking our questions. So Mary, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for honoring our invitation. And over to you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I need to be sure if everyone can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Peace. Like she said, my name is Mary and I am all right. So I'm taking you through unlocking high earnings with in-demand tech skills in 2024. It's more going to be like walking you through finding your path in tech for newbies or people looking to transition. I saw Loveday's question and he said he was already in tech. So this is majorly for people that are looking to start out, and then the other aspect for people that are already in tech would be job related or how to prepare yourself for global opportunities in tech. I'm going to be starting with what tech is, why you should pick tech, finding your path, and then like I'll be concluding. So first off, what is tech? I'm pretty sure everyone knows what tech is already. So I'm going to say again for people that might be a bit confused. So tech is short for technology, and it basically refers to the application of how you apply scientific knowledge for practical purposes, and in this case, especially in industries. And it encompasses a very wide range of different areas, including coding, non-coding skills, like software development, data science, AI, and there's so many opportunities in tech, and that's what this webinar is pretty much about, to kind of enlighten you on the limitless possibilities that we have in tech. And I also thought it's useful to add what tech is not, because most people are used to, not most people, but quite a number of people think tech is majorly related to coding, and I'm a living testament that tech is not just coding, because my role doesn't necessarily involve coding. I'm a product designer, like I said. So tech isn't just coding, it's not just hardware, it's not fixing stuff physically. And it's also about understanding your users' needs, it's about data analysis, it's about just creating different digital experiences for people. And it's also a very, very integral part of our lives every day, kind of helps in how we communicate better, how we work better, and in our daily entertainment. So I don't know why it keeps freezing. So we all have said essentially tech is a combination of multiple skills, methods, processes, and bringing them together. I know sometimes you might feel it might be quite difficult to understand how techniques or methods can be different, and me saying that all of them, bring them together, is still like in tech. So we're going to have to combine all of this to make up what we do in tech. So it takes a combination of the techniques, that's different strategies that you might use, or ways that you can decide to carry out your tasks, like for people that code, different coding practices, for people that design, like design methodologies, and then like your skills involved too, that you tend to develop through practice. programming skills, thinking skills, your soft and hard skills, all of them combined. And then the methods also that you use, that sort of like approaches, systematic approaches that are kind of set, or some sort of structure that you use when trying to achieve your goal, whatever it is you're doing in tech, right? For example, like methodologies used, like agile or waterfall, whatever you decide to use, and then like the processes involved, how you move from point A to point B, step A to Z, and things like that, right? So all of that come together and give us the technology that we have, that we use, that we relate with daily, that we interact with, and that you guys are looking to come into. So next I'll be talking about why tech, right? So why tech? There are multiple reasons. Like I said, there are limitless opportunities in the tech space. And this keeps, give me a minute. So, but I narrowed it down to 4 very important reasons why you might want to pick tech, or why you should pick tech or consider it. And that first is innovation and impact. If you're somebody that is big on innovation or creating the next big thing, tech is the way to go, to be honest. I grew up as a very, I don't want to say geeky, not geeky per se, but I always wanted to know how things worked. I always wanted to be a part of solving problems around me, and I saw tech as a very great avenue. So if you're somebody like me that is passionate about innovation, passionate about making impact, then that is reason number 1, because like I've written here, it offers endless opportunities for you to innovate, to solve problems, and then you can step into a role now where you can directly make impact. Same, something like with politics, you're like, oh, Nigeria is not working. Step into politics and do something about it. Do you understand? So yeah, for innovation and impact. And next reason is for the high demand across various industries. So each sector relies on tech. Even sectors that are not very tech centric still rely on tech one way or another. Do you understand? So even your basic let's say mailing industry or delivery industry that you might think, oh, it's just probably about driving cars. Even the cars you drive selves, they're still a part of tech. But you might like I said, industry that seemingly are not tech centric still need tech in some sort of way. So it's a sector that every other sector kind of relies on, from healthcare to finance, and that automatically opens up a very broad range of opportunities for people, and that inevitably translates to job security, transition, and growth prospects. So if you know that, oh, there's always a place for me wherever I go, then tech is for you. Thirdly, the potential in tech for you to earn high, right? Tech skills are among like one of the highest, the ones with one of the highest compensations, honestly, and because of value. So later on, I may or may not be talking more about value, because everything is centered on the value you bring in one way or another. Do you understand? So based off this, the importance of tech and the value it brings, which you will be bringing as a tech person, will kind of reflect with the salaries. That's the reason why tech is a highly compensated skill. And lastly, but not the least, I just picked 4, but there's still many more reasons. So also because of the remote work and the flexibility. So I personally love that. I don't like being outside much, to be honest. And even the thought of having to go into the office every day, it's not really for me. So this was a big win for me, to be honest. So the remote work and that flexibility it brings, because a lot of tech jobs will offer that flexibility, allow you to work remotely. I'm not saying all, so please don't have it in mind that, okay, once I'm in tech, I'll be working from home. It's not everybody. Please don't quote me outside. So it's you have that flexibility to work remotely in quite a number of tech companies or industries, and that's it will then provide that perfect balance between your work life and between your personal life, allowing you to be a sane human being in essence. Do you understand? So next, and most importantly, we're going to be talking about finding your path in this tech space. And I'm going to start with identifying your tech interests, because before you start, you need to know what exactly you want to do. I mean, not precisely. It's not a I must pick this one and go with it for life. You kind of still have chances to tweak or transition, but starting out, you need to know what you want. There's this quote by Bishop David Oyedepo that says, if you don't know where you're going, everywhere else would look like it. So we kind of need to narrow down these options for you to identify what's your interest or what you want to do in tech. And you do that by exploring different fields, which I will be listing some within this tech space, and to find out which of them would excite you. So first off, to do that, you need to choose a path that aligns with your core strengths. So if you know that you're good at writing, you're good managing projects, then obviously project management will be the thing for you. If you know you're good with designing, if you know you're creative, like personally, I am a photographer, and I was a photographer before I got into product design. So it was kind of very easy for me to transition from photography, because I was used to tools like Adobe Photoshop. And then when I started learning how to use Figma, it wasn't so difficult for me anymore, because I focused on my strength. Do you understand? So focus on a path that aligns with your core strength, so that it will come more naturally to you, instead of having to like force it. Because I know people that have started or picked certain fields that they can't continue with, because it gets exhausting. Everything will get exhausting at some point, but they could not keep up with it because they had no particular interest in it and just wanted to do it because of the hype. So when you're picking something, pick something that aligns with your core strengths, then choose a path that you're passionate about and very interested in, almost similar to the first one, something that you know you genuinely want to do, and not just because of the money. Money is a good reason, everybody wants money, but also just pick something that you're passionate about, so that in the long run you don't burn out. And thirdly, choose a path that leverages on your past experience. So wherever you're coming from, if you're probably coming from the fintech space, and then like subsequently you want to transfer to tech, you can want to go into data analysis, or look more into the blockchain, or things like that that are related. So something that leverages on the experiences you have, something you're already doing that you just kind of need to make a subtle shift. So that will help ease your transition into tech. Then the different career paths in tech, and from my research, Talent Coach, I think they offer almost all of this, which is pretty good actually. So we have like web development, there's front and back end in this. I don't know if I need to explain all of this like one by one, but like front end, back end, front end more involved with the visual aspects of website, how clients will react with it. Back end, or if you need more information on all of this, I don't know, you can probably talk to me, because I don't think I have that much time. But then yeah, web development, mobile app development, that data science and analysis, that one, like I said, for people that are coming from the fintech background, probably like economics or of that sort. Then blockchain, good for people, like I said, also from the finance side, and probably like from law, people that are interested in knowing more about like them regulations and all of that. Then the machine learning background in probably mathematics or statistics or something, do you understand? And we have AI, we have cybersecurity, cloud computing, and most of these are coding related. Some of them are not very heavy coding intensive or code intensive, but most of them are. So these ones are more of like the coding parts that you can take. But then if you're somebody that's not interested in coding, I don't like coding, not really, right? So I would understand if you don't like it either. So you can pick something else. There's always a space for everybody, not everybody, but most people in tech. So if you're not very interested in writing code, then you can go on and work on in fields like product design or product management, technical writing, or digital marketing, right? And then in finding your path, after that, you need to find a way to acquire foundational knowledge. So now you know what you want to do. How do you go about it, right? This is the stage where you build your base in the field that you've now chosen. And you can do this through self-teaching. You can teach yourself through sourcing for resources online, or you can decide to enroll in relevant courses like the ones they have here at Talent Code Africa. And you can decide to join study groups, because somewhere I've also found out that accountability helps. Having an accountability partner will kind of help you with your drive in learning in the tech space. So acquire foundational knowledge. Another tip I wanted to add here was that I found out that structured learning is very necessary, right? Sometimes you might decide that you don't want to, you can probably learn everything on your own, which is fine. But like I said, it's not the same thing that works for everybody. But I would also like to chip it in that structured learning really helps, because if not, you might get into that loophole of having to just search for different things that are not aligning. Today you watch a video on auto layout, tomorrow you watch a video on user research, which are all important, but you need to know when and where to focus on a particular skill. Do you understand? So I really recommend structured learning, and that's like learning, taking a course, or joining a boot camp or something. Do you understand? And then after that, you need to engage in hands-on projects. So after you've found your path, you've started learning a thing or two about tech, put yourself out there, right? Start doing your own personal projects, because practice is really, really important. You don't want to just keep learning without practicing. You will forget. And that's another thing. That's another reason why companies like people that have experience a lot. It's not just because sometimes we come and say, oh, if you don't give me experience, how am I going to gather the experience? The reason is because they want people that have experience in the industry, experience in different situations, and how to solve different problems, different approaches, right? So it's not just about what you've learned, it's also about how you've applied what you've learned. So you need to apply that by working on real world projects. And some of you might say, oh, I don't have an opportunity to. You can create your personal projects, right? As a product designer, you can create passion projects, but they just kind of want to see the steps you've taken to achieve a particular goal or to solve a particular problem, right? Or yeah, pretty much work on passion projects. Or if not, you can, this is mostly for, I know designers can also contribute to open source, but like I personally don't indulge in that, so I cannot speak a lot about that, right? So for dev guys, you can contribute to open source projects, or you can participate in hackathons. That is also really helpful, because then you get to meet people with similar skills or complementary skills, and get to work together, which will give you that experience of solving a problem in the real world. Do you understand? Then we have networking and seeking mentorship. So that's part where you connect with professionals in the field and mentors that are in your field of interest. So you can do this by joining tech communities. There are multiple tech communities that you could join, right? But I think it's easier when you learn with your peers and then like form a community with them on existing platforms like this one at Talent Code. And then you can follow and interact with some tech leaders on social media. This is also very dicey, because then you might end up going out to meet somebody that is a self-proclaimed idon that will lead you astray. So you need to actually be careful with the people you interact with, people that align with you, with your goals. Do you understand? People that personally resonate with you, not people that other people just naturally hype. Do you understand? So you need to be careful with that, so that you don't just follow random people and have no direction. Do you get? So join it communities, interact with them on social media, reach out to them. Oh, I'm having this problem. Because another thing when reaching out to these people is they also want people of value. They don't want just a random person that is saying, oh, today I want to learn one thing, and tomorrow it might be this other thing I want to learn. It's okay to be confused at first, right? But then you also need to see your seriousness. You also need to see the dedication that you have, right? And another tip I'll give you is, if you've already started something and then you're stuck somewhere, and then you go to them and you're like, this is the work I've put in, this is where I'm stuck at, they'll be more inclined to help you, because they're like, okay, this person is making this amount of effort, and then like I can come in here. Do you understand? So don't just come in with, oh, I'm confused, what do I do in my life? I don't know, most people will not answer you. I might not answer you, sorry. And then you can attend industry networking events. So that's really important. Most tech fields have events that are particular to them, mostly design. For example, I can speak about UDC, I can speak about a couple more. Dev guys have their Oscar Fest and events like that. So attend this event, meet people, and just kind of network with people and grow your community. Do you understand? The next, continuous learning and adaptation, which is very, very important because tech is always evolving. Yesterday it was one thing that was raining, tomorrow it's another thing. Do you understand? Right now AI is the hype. Do you get? And so it just goes to show that the industry is always evolving and you have to always stay updated. You have to always upskill yourself. You have to always learn, always adapt. If not, the world will leave you behind, to be honest, because nobody cares. Oh, I used to know HTML, but they don't want to use HTML anymore. So who are you helping? What problem are you solving? What value are you bringing? So that's why there's always need to upskill. There's always need to continue learning. So staying updated with trends and technologies. So reflect on your learning and career path. So I always do like personal introspections once in a while, right? And this is where you kind of look back at what you've done for probably like the past year or past couple of years, and then project what next you need to do, what you did wrong, then take lessons from there, and then moving on, right? And then you can always still attend specialized workshops and seminars. So at this point, you've done your foundational learning. Do you understand? You've gathered foundational knowledge and all of that. Now you might like, oh, I want to specialize in this particular thing. So then you go for events that are kind of specialized. Do you get? For a particular thing, for not too broad, because then you get to meet a lot of people, and that's why I mentioned that at the initial stages. So right here and now, you can still attend these generic events, but then again also focus on attending events that are specialized. Do you understand? So also you can subscribe to tech blogs and tech podcasts. I know right now there's this thing about podcasts with how everybody with a mic is just yelling a lot, but like I said, also use sense, please, and select things that you know might be relevant to you and keep up with those. I'm running out of time. So lastly, I'm going to speak about positioning yourself for global opportunities, right? And you need to take into cognizance the fact that every other step along the way was important leading here. Right now, how do you connect with the international market? So first of all, you need to optimize your online presence. Take advantage of your social media. I'm not really a Twitter person, but LinkedIn, I'm trying small, right? So there's Twitter, there's LinkedIn, you get to meet people. For Twitter, it's a bit unofficial, right? LinkedIn is everybody bragging about, oh, I can't do this the best way. Oh, I graduated with I got my PhD degree at 15 years old or one thing. Do you understand? But then I feel Twitter is a bit less unofficial, right? You get to just connect with people very naturally and then might get opportunities from there. So one way or another, whatever platform you decide to use, even TikTok these days, do you understand? Just put yourself out there, put your work out there, optimize your online presence so people will see you, right? You've learned and you're good now, and nobody knows you're good. So why would they want to employ you if nobody knows about it, right? So optimize your online presence, put yourself out there. Then utilize global job boards and platforms. So now you want to focus on job boards that are specific to what you're looking for. So like I know aside the course that they do here, there's also a job portal which I think is going to be really helpful. So utilize the global job boards. And also before put in mind that, like I said, at this point you should have worked on your portfolio or your real world project that you can use to, like, you can speak about at interviews or kind of display. Also optimize your CVs or your resumes for these global standards, right? Then develop a global mindset. So that one is how do I explain this now? In different ways, right? In terms of cultural awareness, in terms of like learning about their tech orbs. So cultural awareness in like communication, know how they communicate, know their work ethics, how to interact professionally with these people, not the one probably in Nigeria you're used to yarning too much with your boss, and then over here they don't want you to shine too much or one thing. Do you understand? So keep a level of professionalism, and also don't be too serious. Then learning about their global tech orbs. So but at this point, like I said, you might know better what you want, and you can make more research towards narrowing it down to if you're looking at opportunities in Silicon Valley or in Berlin or Singapore or things like that. You understand? Those are like the major tech orbs. And then network strategically, like I mentioned before, networking is also very important. So right now I'm looking for this. How do I get that? Like I said, network before, but now you're looking for global opportunities. You might want to try networking with global recruiters or people in industries that you're interested in working with. Some of them might air you, but I mean, you have nothing to lose, to be honest. So network with these people, stay updated. You don't know when like the opportunity will present itself, so you need to be ready for that. And then in conclusion, to achieve success in the tech industry is fundamentally anchored on these three major pillars that I've mentioned before, but I would like to buttress on. The need to learn continuously, the need to network, and then the need to strategically position yourself for these opportunities when they come. And then I'm going to end with this quote by Alvin Toffler, and it says, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot unlearn and relearn, which buttresses the fact of continuously learning, continuously adapting. Yeah, so thank you very much. I think that'll be all. I'll look at your questions. Thank you, Talent Code, for having me. I'm going to stop here.
Thank you so much, Mary, for that insightful section. Thank you so much. I hope we all learned a thing or two from this section, because my jotter is filled up already. I've taken notes on some things, and I hope we all did the same. So we'll be having a Q&A section quickly. So if you have any questions, I would like you to just drop it in the question and answer section, and we'll respond to all your questions. So I'll be checking the chat box and the question and answer section. Just drop in your questions and we will respond to you. But I mean, while we're waiting for people to drop in their questions, I have a couple of questions that was already sent in. Some people sent it in while registering for the webinar. So I'll just read it and we'll respond to such questions. Please, let's all drop in our questions. So this person says, what is the right tech skill to learn for future upskill? Mary, can you answer that question? So the question is, what is the right tech skill to learn for future upskill? Interesting.
I'm not sure. What is the right tech skill to learn?
Yeah, learn for future upskill. So this person wants to upskill. So more or less, what are those tech skills they can learn?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I highlighted a couple of paths that you can pick in tech, and looking, like I said, I cannot pick one for you, but looking at where you're coming from, you weigh your options to know which one would suit into would help you, you'd easily ease into. Why do I say easily ease? That you can ease into, right? So it depends on your background, where you're coming from, but very importantly, aside from the hard tech skills, you also need to know the importance of the soft skills too. So build on your communication skills, build on your leadership, your presentation skills, and then every other thing would be dependent on what you want, where you're coming from. So if you can give me more insights on what you currently do, I'm not going to pick one for you, but I might be able to like help you better.
Thank you for that. I hope whoever sent in this question, I hope she answered you. And if you need more details, you can always shoot us an email at hello@talentcodeafrica.com. I have another question here that says, how do I know which tech skill to learn? I'll be taking this question because it's very interesting. It said, how do I know which tech skill to learn? I mean, I think Mary had already shed a lot of light on that during her section. But something I'd just like to buttress is that on Talent Code Africa, we have a tech path navigator. So what this tech path navigator does basically is it accesses your background, your interests, your aspirations, your educational background, like what you probably studied in school, what you're interested in, what skill you currently have. It will do all of that and give you a personalized recommendation on what tech skill you can learn that is tailored to your background, your skills, your interests, your aspirations. So very, very personalized. So this is one of the reasons why you should join Talent Code Africa. Like right now, as we're even talking, join the waitlist, join our waitlist, amazing opportunities, amazing benefits for everyone. Also join our WhatsApp community. We'll be sharing a lot of updates on that community and you'll be the first to know when we're live. I have another question here that says, please guys, let's keep the questions coming in. Another question here says, is there a certificate and job opportunity? I would say absolutely yes, there is a certificate. You will get a certificate when you take a course on Talent Code Africa. And for job opportunity, we have a job portal. So of course, you have access to a lot of job opportunities, right? So once you take a course, you get a certificate, you get access to our job portal where we'll screen you and connect you with a lot of recruiting organizations and top companies. Just like she said, there are a lot of benefits for working in tech, a lot, right? Working remotely, which is one of the perks that I know a lot of people love. I myself, I love that, to be honest, about tech. So you can work remotely. I'm not saying all the jobs you work remotely, like she said, but of course, you can work remotely. Your earning potential is usually high when you're in tech. If you're someone who is also key on making impacts, who is innovative, this is a field you should join. So yes, we have a certificate on Talent Code Africa, and you most definitely will be connected with job opportunities after taking a course on our platform. And our job portal is not only for people who take courses on Talent Code. That's why we're very nice like that. So even if you're already in the tech industry, you're already a tech professional, a tech expert, or even intermediate level, middle level, come on our platform, come and you can use our job portal, right? We'll screen you, we'll access you, your years of experience, your CV, your portfolio, and we'll show you like an array of openings that you can apply for. And of course, get those jobs. I don't know if we have more questions. I think I'm saying, interesting. Mary, this question is for you. And it says, why did you learn product design and what do you enjoy most about it?
Like I said, I picked product design because it was the field that came most naturally to me. I earlier mentioned my background in photography and how it was easier to learn Figma because I already had knowledge navigating Photoshop, right? And also the fact that photography is very creative centric. So that creativity I can now bring into designing. And then also, like I mentioned, tech, if you're passionate about innovation, about building things and now being in position to solve problems, actually do something that provides impact or has impact on certain things or in life, or something you can see that solves problem for people in real time, that's all together coupled together is why I picked product design. And that's what I enjoy most about working on. Do you understand? The fact that I can solve problems, the fact that Figma is quite interesting. So all of that coupled together.
Thank you so much, Mary. I hope, yes, I'm sure she has given you the right answer to your question, and that would help you to decide if you want to get into tech as a product designer, or there are a lot of fields for you to get into. I have another interesting question on the back end, and it says, I am a Flutter developer and I have been a developer for a software company as an intern for more than 2 years. I want a remote job. Everybody wants a remote job. Even I want a remote job because I'm in my final year studying computer science. Can Talent Code help me with a remote job as a developer? This is interesting. So I'm not going to say yes, I'm not going to say no, but definitely when you get on our job portal, you have access to apply to a lot of remote jobs. I mean, once we're live, our job portal is here to help you to get jobs. Remote jobs, I mean, hybrid, on-site, but majorly remote jobs. So yes, you can get remote jobs on our platform. I don't know if we have more questions because I haven't seen any more questions. In the next 2 minutes or a minute, I'll be ending the question and answer section. So if you still have a question, feel free to type it in, send it in on the question and answer box, and we will respond to it. Okay, I'm seeing another question here that says, is it possible to get more than one certificate in a year? Mary, do you want to take that? I think you can answer that question. So is it possible to get more than one certification in a year?
Oh, I thought that was directed at you because I think they want to know if from Talent Code Africa. But if you mean generally, then yes, it's a year. You do a lot of courses in a year in school. So I think you can. It depends on how you pace yourself. It depends on how dedicated you are to completing your courses. So yeah, for me, yes.
So to add to that, thank you, Mary. To add to that, Talent Code offers a self-paced learning experience. So you learn at your own pace. If you want to, it's an online course, and most of these online courses in recent times is just self-paced. So if you feel you can take a particular course and get certified within 3 months, it's possible on our platform. If you want to take 2 courses simultaneously, right, and have certifications for that as well, it's possible. So it's a self-paced, right? And that's why you should join our community. There's a WhatsApp link in the chat box. Please click on that. Join our community to get information on this. And once we launch, there would be amazing offers as well. But one of the things we offer and one of our core value proposition would be self-paced learning at your convenience, right? And of course, at flexible rates as well. Also, there'll be lots of sponsorships as well. We've solidified some partnerships. We're working on some as well. So part of that would be giving back to our community through sponsorships as well. So please join our community to know when, some of these opportunities would be open. So you know what's happening, you're up to date with some of our current opportunities, current trends as well. And that's why you need to be not just on our wait list, but join all our platforms, all our communities to know when we communicate new updates and certain opportunities for you as well. So yes, Dobra, I see Dobra has put up some links in the chat box. Please click on that and join. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Esther, for that in-depth insight. So guys, join the waitlist. You don't want to miss out from all of this. You have a lot to benefit, both from our waitlist, our WhatsApp community. I know how community helps a lot with motivating you to want to learn more, to want to do more, to even just, get to know more people, right? So join our waitlist. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. As we've come to the end of our webinar, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you for joining us today. I really hope you found the section insightful. I really hope you're also leaving with actionable and practical tips that will help you to succeed. Because remember, the journey to success is a continuous process, and today's learning is just the beginning, right? You don't just start here because you've learned something and just drop off. You need to take action. Start now. How you want to get into tech, look for platforms. That's why Talent Code is here for you, to help you get started. Our platform is beginner friendly. Even for tech professionals, we have courses for everyone, right? So thank you, guys. I just want to appreciate Mary. Mary, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you for sharing your experience with us today. And to all our participants, thank you so much for your active participation, for your questions throughout the webinar. Thank you. Thank you so much. I encourage you guys to take what you've learned today and apply them to every aspect of your life, to your tech, to starting out your tech journey, to upskilling. I mean, I'm sure all of us want to increase our earning potential this year. So tech is the way. Let's all do that. I mean, as we conclude now, I invite you guys to stay connected with Talent Code Africa, because we're going to have a lot of future events. We're going to have a lot of webinars. We're going to have a lot of physical events, seminars. So just stay connected to Talent Code Africa for updates, for resources, for opportunities. I mean, to further your tech journey. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Also, join this waitlist. With this waitlist alone that you join, you'll be able to get all updates, every update we have as a company, as a brand, you will get first-hand updates. So I encourage you all to join our waitlist. Follow us on all social media channels. I mean, our handle is Talent Code Africa. Very simple. You can just type it in on any of your social media channel, Instagram, Twitter. Join us. Thank you once again for your participation, and I look forward to seeing you all at our future events. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of this section. I hope you really learned a thing or two. Bye.